All right, coaches, let's talk a little bit about handling the ball around the base, around second base, with our middle infielders from both sides, okay? And what I mean by handling the ball around the base is good feeds, okay, and good footwork around the bag. So, first thing, let's talk about underhand feeds. Again, this seems like a very simple thing that kids should be able to do, but a lot of them don't do it the right way, so we have to be able to teach them how to give underhand feeds. A real easy way to do this at practice, have two lines just a couple meters apart from each other, facing each other, and you're going to have the person without the baseball, two-hand target, just receiving the ball, moving towards the ball. Once they receive it, they give an underhand feed, and they're just following their throw and going to the back of the line where they gave the feed. So it's receive, give an underhand feed, go to the back of the line. Okay, so that's how you can work on it, and this is what we need to be teaching the kids, okay? When you field the baseball, you're low already, okay? You're down here, you field the ball. What most kids do, they have a tendency to stand up, reach their arm back, and then shovel it over and snap their wrist as they release the ball. All three of those things are wrong. The first thing I need to do is stay low. I don't reach back, I show the baseball to the person that's at the bag, and this goes from the second base side and from the shortstop side. If I'm on the shortstop side of the base, it's the same thing. I field the ball and I show my palm and the baseball to the person who's going to be receiving it. I don't stand up, I push from this position towards my target, and I don't reach back with a stiff wrist. I just shovel the baseball. Okay, so I field it, I'm low, I start moving towards my target, and I shovel the ball. If I snap my wrist, I'm going to pop it up in the air. So I just use my arm like a lever. And if I get moving towards my target and use that momentum, I can shovel it pretty far. As a general rule of thumb, if the ball's hit right to me or towards the base at all, I can go underhand feed. If it's hit away from me at all or away from the base, I'm going to need to field it and give an overhand feed, and that goes for both sides of the infield, okay? So Yuli's going to just be at the base, and this is a good time to introduce the footwork part of what we're doing. So I'm going to give Yuli a couple of underhand feeds from the second base side, and he's going to stay, as the shortstop, he's going to stay behind the base, okay? And he's just going to chop his steps behind the bag, and he's going to see where the throw is. It should be right at my glove hand shoulder right here, right at his left shoulder, okay? And at that point, he sees the ball, he's going to move through the play, touch the base, and throw the ball. The one thing we don't want our shortstops doing is overcommitting, getting ahead of the base and trying to catch it out here and then realizing the throw's offline a little bit. So they just kind of hang behind the bag and move through the play. Okay, so I'm going to give Yuli a couple of underhand feeds from the second base side. Ready? Go ahead and get to the base. Just like that. I finish behind the base. I don't want to be here, flip the ball, and still be standing here. I move towards the bag, I use my momentum, and I just shovel the ball to his target. Okay, one more time from the second base side. I field the ball, and I go right from there, okay? To go over the same thing, underhand feeds from the shortstop side, Yuli's gonna stay over here at second base now. We want our second baseman getting to the bag, just putting their left foot on the base. Again, staying behind the base, left foot on the bag. If it's a short feed from their shortstop, as they field it, they're going to step back out of the baseline and throw. If it's a long feed, an overhand feed from the shortstop or from our third baseman, they start in the same place, but they're going to cut the throw off and be on this side of the baseline to stay out of the way of the person sliding into the base. So for the second baseman, they get to the bag, hands up, hands nice and tight in right here, left foot on the base, just handling the ball like that. So we're going to do the same thing from the shortstop side now. A couple of underhand feeds. Ready? Okay, in slow motion, if you watch, I field the ball, and I show him the baseball, and I shovel the ball. Just like this. This is how my arm works. Just to do it a couple times in a row. I'm not snapping my wrist. I'm not reaching back. I'm just shoveling the ball, like my arm, using my arm as a lever. Kids need a lot of work at that stuff. It's really important. Double plays sort of take care of themselves if they do this stuff the right way. Field the ball, good feeds, good footwork. We'll be able to turn two that way.